So hello guys and welcome back to the episode number 79 and part 4 of our Road to World Cup series where we are analyzing each and every player. We already have the squad officially announced from India finally after like we did the previous three parts, and unfortunately one of our players that we discussed in
Two.
episode number 2 was Sanju Samson, and unfortunately couldn't make out uh, to the final squad, but that is life. You sometimes you don't get what you deserve. But looking ahead, still looks a very strong squad on paper, like always, and like always, we have a high expectations again from the Indian team. Hope this time around, after 15 years, we can finally go ahead and lift the T20 World Cup. But that's still a month ahead of us. But before that, on today's episode on part 4, we'll be discussing about Deepak Hooda, who has been given a consistent run of games. He has played a lot of games also after his IPL performances. Was a part of India's Asia Cup squad as well, and he makes it to the playing to the squad for the World Cup as well. So before I begin, just want to ask, welcome Pranav and Ishwar, who have been absentees for a long time. They were very sad. One because of uh, Nadal winning, and one because of Ashwin not performing to his best. But that is all joke apart. But today we'll start with Ishwar to know his opinions on does Deepak Hooda make it to your playing 11, and what do you make out of his form? What are his strengths, and how we can utilize Deepak Hooda to his fullest?
No, if you ask me, Deepak Hooda should make it to the playing 11, but he won't, unfortunately, because of our Indian mindset and whatever we have, and we have a fixed pre-notions about players. So I don't think Deepak Hooda will make it to the starting 11 because his stiff competition is with either with Dinesh Karthik. We've seen in the Asia Cup that Dinesh Karthik was at the starting, like he was preferred over Hooda. And I think like Deepak Hooda won't be starting in the squad, and he will be a very good backup as a finisher or at the top order if anyone gets injured. And other than that, I think the team is sorted because if you see our top six, it's sorted. And at 7, you have DK, and then at 8, you have the bowlers from 8, 9, 10, 11. So I don't think Deepak Hooda has a chance in the squad in the 11.
But interestingly, I think many people think that Deepak Hooda might play as a finisher, but I highly disagree, because I don't see Deepak Hooda playing that finisher role, because I've seen him a lot, and I think if you want to get the best out of a player like a Deepak Hooda, you have to bat him at 3 or 4, maximum 5. You
He already
can't go
tried.
below.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You
I
can't go
You
below 4
completely
also, I
agree
feel.
on that because Huda is a top order batsman, and putting in the Asia Cup, putting him in place of Dinesh Karthik made no sense. He looked totally out of sorts, and he tried, but he didn't look himself. He's a top order batsman, and since he's been selected, ideally he should be playing in the 11 at number 4. And from the current squad, ideally, like he should bat at number 4, and Kohli and Rohit should open ideally, but we know that's not going to happen, and he's only there in case somebody gets injured. And
For me, it was so stupid that they announced KL Rahul as vice captain over
yeah,
Hardik Pandya. Like, why?
But that is a topic of discussion for our next part. But
another
but
this. So
but people don't see it. But what I see is mainly Deepak Hooda is a like to like replacement for someone like a Surya Kumar Yadav, because if God forbid if some injury happens to Sky, I think he would be the perfect replacement to replace Sky at 4, because
I
he's someone who is good against spinners, who can play shots somewhat similar to Sky, and he can bowl as well. So Sid, do you think that Hooda is in the squad? He's a very good backup, and do you think that he's there because if there's any injury to our top order batsman, and do you see him as a finisher, or do you see him as a backup to our top order batsman?
Yeah, for sure. I think he's a really good ad, right? For the first time, I'm feel really confident about a backup batsman. Because for so long, I remember our backup batsmen used to be like Kedar Jadhav and all of them, right? And now I feel confident that Deepak Hooda is someone who can slot in. Like I think he's a very good replacement for Hardik, right? Because Hardik has his fair share of back injuries. I hope कुछ नहीं होता उसको, but just in case कुछ होता है, we can play an extra pacer and bring in Hooda for him, because I think Hooda is very reliable. For me, he's a match winner, right? I think he's been had a great year. He's on very high confidence, and like he reminds me of someone like Suresh Raina. Like I think he really reminds me of him, because what's really his underrated skill is that 1-2 overs he can give us, and he's been economical when he bowls. He doesn't need to take out wickets. But like I
And
remember,
actually, when you see him, like once you see the Australian pitches and the boundaries are big, so people might go to attack him as well, and that might turn into our advantage. Like he might be the that X factor. If he gets a chance to play and bowl, he can get you a wicket or two,
yeah, but
maybe
I
out
also
of
feel like
nowhere.
he's a smart bowler. Like I remember he was bowling the first over versus West Indies, and like he knows when to dart the ball, when to like he can bowl Yorker. Like I think the first over is very crucial, because in the first over, batsmen are the attacking nahi hota, right? So you can easily get away like with an over with less runs, and like you can get an over like a part time over away. So I think that's a really underrated skill. But again, looking at like I still think Deepak Huda is a bit immature. The next IPL is going to be really crucial from him, right? Everyone's eyes are going to be on Deepak Huda. So I just hope from here he just goes up and up, because he has a really chance of like batting at 4 and replacing like any chance of Shreyas Iyer back in the day.
No,
Yeah.
and just to
Also,
add to that, no,
yeah. Go
just
ahead.
to add to that, he's a very good player of the short ball as well. He pulls and cuts really well. So I think that would really help in Australia as well if he plays whenever. I mean,
Uh, so there was also what I wanted to ask is, so if suppose we want to play six bowling options, so you have three pacers, you have Hardik, and then you have a spinner. Uh, so would you rather back Hooda over Akshar Patel and bat Hooda higher in the order, or like maybe above Hardik Pandya, or maybe even before Pant, and then like if you play him over Akshar Patel and he gives you 2 overs, he is definitely a better batsman than what Akshar Patel is. So would India be tempted, because knowing Australian wickets, some of the pitches might not spin that much. So playing Akshar Patel might not that be beneficial as well. And you with Hooda, you get more out of as a batsman. And if you bat Hooda at 5 and then you bat Pant and then you back Hardik, or Hardik Pant can exchange. What do you guys think about that?
no, I
See,
don't think Rishabh Pant
one
We'll
will.
go with Pranav.
yeah.
Let's
Okay, yeah.
So this is actually what I fear will happen, because Akshar Patel actually is the closest clone you have to Ravindra Jadeja. Of course, nobody can replace his fielding, but when it comes to batting and bowling in this format, Akshar is good enough, and I think Akshar's bowling is actually even more useful. And given the kind of bowler Akshar is stump to stump, if any spinner apart from say a wrist spinner can be useful, it's your Akshar and your Washington types who can be useful. And the thing is, I don't want Huda to bat at number 6, number 7, because that's a wasted spot. You need specific finishers, and Dinesh Karthik is in the squad for that. And he should be playing all the games, because we don't have any other finisher. If Huda has to play, he has to bat in the top 4. There's no other place he can bat. The further you push him down the order, you're not utilizing his strength. But I
So
fear like
yeah,
in the Asia Cup, they will try some nonsense like that and put him at number 6 or number 7. And because the team they don't seem to trust Akshar Patel, because they played him in a meaningless game when they should have played him against Sri Lanka. So,
yep.
uh, that's
Fair point. Fair point. So all in all, I think Deepak Hooda, everyone over here agrees like he's a solid backup if anything happens, because he gives you the flexibility of bowling those overs as well, and he can bat probably anywhere from opening till 5. I would say, like not below that. So I think really excited that Indian team are finally sticking to the players that they've backed so far after the IPL, and not repeating the mistakes that they have done, like just put him out straight away, get a new player out of nowhere. So all in all, I think Deepak Hooda is a very good addition to the current squad, and I think he might turn out to be a useful player if he gets the chance. So yeah, that was pretty much it for this episode where we have discussed about Deepak Hooda. Then till then, see you guys in the next episode where we'll be discussing the hot topic Rishabh Pant. So till then, take care. Goodbye.